I think it was very important. If I look, one of the biggest regulatory changes from the Biden administration to the Trump administration, there have been a lot of them, is our emphasis on AI and digital assets. AI in the Biden administration was governed by diffusion. They were going to treat it somewhat like the nuclear program, keep it in a box. They were going to hand it to Google, Microsoft, Meta, and that was life. On the other side, digital assets had a near extinction event with Wells notices going out to many companies, banks prohibited from opening accounts. And I think the fact that we're creating, the term is sandbox, where there's a lot of experimentation, where there are a lot more offerings, and for community banks not to be locked in that they have to use like one of three dominant service providers, that for a wider range, supply will push down price, choice will inform. Community bankers are, and the owners, whether they're family-owned banks, whether the shareholders are usually in the vicinity, and I think that they will be laser focused on the new technologies. And just like with the credit card companies, I think that new payment rails will exist, and I think we have to make sure that it's open for everybody. JP Morgan, Bank of America may have their own stable coin, but I think it's very easy, and you'll hear, you have two great participants, that you will hear that for community bankers to join together, whether it's in some kind of a cooperative program, but you can private label these under your own name, and it doesn't necessarily have to increase deposit beta. The other thing we're going to do, because we value community banks, we are going to make sure that any new regulation is done in a safe, sound, and not abrupt manner. That there will be a transition, and everyone will be able to understand it and participate in it.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
Examining letting stocks trade on the blockchain. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, we think that's coming, and it's going to be very disruptive. It's going to create efficiencies in terms of cost and time for investors. So we think this is going to be a great thing and really bring capital markets into this next century. And we think blockchain is the way to do it. There's a variety of use cases around blockchain, whether that's stable coins for payments, the Genius Act happened this year, or it's tokenization of assets, which could happen with real estate or stocks. We think this is a major theme that's going to impact not only technology, but also fintech and, of course, the crypto community.
Well, I think a lot of what you've been saying, the rise of stablecoins, the rise of tokenization, and more enthusiasm around blockchain technologies, that often leads back to Ethereum. So there's a big difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really this global monetary alternative, more similar in vein to the gold story. But Ethereum is really a bet on blockchain technology and other ways to use it through things like stablecoins and tokenization. So this enthusiasm has really trickled through to a lot of interest and flows into our ETH ETF, which is a spot Ethereum ETF, as people want to play this potentially very disruptive theme.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Cryptoteacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy. And it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And I told you that we would get a first quarter pullback, and that's what happened. And then also I told you that tariffs would get stepped up, and that's what happened. Layoffs would pick up. That's what happened. So the Crypto Teacher gives you a warning like Noah and Gilgamesh, whichever one you want to call it. But we will get some type of reset this year. Most likely, stable coins are the catalyst. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly pulling back as I'm doing this video. We also have stocks down. And we were supposed to have Jerome in the house, but he's traveling. Now we know for a fact he knew he had a meeting. But instead we get Scott Bessent. And if Jerome Powell spoke today, we know the market was going to be volatile. Of course, he would have been asked about rates, tariffs, and the labor market, which are all bad for the economy. And of course, the small and medium-sized banks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now moving up. We have the dollar getting stronger right now. And we also have silver pumping. So you have gold and silver pumping. And then also you have the dollar getting stronger, guys. That makes no fundamental sense. Anybody who understands finances. Now we have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether supply climbs to 178 billion. And then of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at 5.2 billion yesterday. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Treasury is working behind the scene, behind the curtain. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build his 4th industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have Scott Bessent in the house, speaking about, of course, stable coins and the fintech banks and the new payment rails that are being built. And right now, they're telling us the truth. But unfortunately, the sheep stay distracted on things that don't matter. And they're moving this digital economy right on along, right in front of the sheep's eyes, and they have no clue. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bank of North Dakota plans to launch their own digital dollar on Fiserv next year. And a lot of these states are going to have their own token. I really don't want to call it a stable coin. It's their own token that's attached to their state. Because stable coins are nothing but digital dollars. You don't need your own digital dollar. And we know these stablecoin issuers have to buy short-term treasuries. And that keeps the Fed in control of the money supply. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then we have Citi. Of course, the big banks invest in stablecoin firm BVNK as banks deepen push into on-chain settlement. And stablecoins give these big banks and big corporations and the powers that be even more power, because this money is going to be programmable, being able to tell you what, when, how to buy And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof is gone. And we know that is biblical. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs down as I'm doing this video. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Luxembourg Sovereign Wealth Fund has invested 1% of this portfolio in Bitcoin ETFs, marking the first move by Eurozone State Fund. And we know the power of Luxembourg. When you go to Ripple, when you go to Liberty Reserve, only thing I have to do is go back to my old videos. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Jack Dorsey Square launches Bitcoin payment service for U.S. merchants, allowing them to accept Bitcoin at checkout and hold it in built-in wallets. And we know the narrative that Jack Dorsey has always been pushing is that Bitcoin, of course, was supposed to have been used for payments, which we know that's what the white paper stated. And then the narrative of digital gold, which made people hold on to it. And of course, we had the Fed print trillions, and we have Bitcoin now over $120,000. And all this was a plan. Remember, guys, it moves in phases in order to move in this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have SoftBank PayPay acquires 40% stake in Binance Japan. And remember, these corporations are working together, investing in each other in order to move us over to this new digital economy. Now we have Polygon activates Rio upgrade to revamp block production and speed up the network. Also, we have Coinbase integrates DEX trading within its exchange for U.S. users on Base network. Now we have Ripple Ventures into the Middle East through a partnership with Bahrain FinTech Bay to integrate blockchain and stablecoin infrastructure. And with our top projects, they're in the emerging markets and the Middle East pushing the fourth industrial revolution. And we know that is by design. You have the rise of the BRICS in the emerging markets and the fall of the West and America to Babylon in order to get us over to this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, we have Ocean Protocol withdraws from AI Token Alliance with Fetch.ai and SingularityNet. And guys, what do I teach you? Follow the money. They're going to be doing a buyback and burning tokens. I didn't find the real reason on why they split from the AI group, but we know how important AI is to this fourth industrial revolution. They've been pumping trillions of dollars to bring in AI, these robots, algorithms, and drones. And in the United States, we haven't seen the actual results. Yes, you see driverless trucks some places, driverless cars some places. You have drone delivery in other places, but you're talking about inside the United States, we haven't seen it come together yet. So we are definitely in the early stages. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.